Am I the a-hole for taking my daughter to get her haircut when I knew it would upset my wife? I, 29 male, and my wife, 30 female, have a daughter, 8, who I'll be calling Anna. Now, Anna has very thick, curly blonde hair that my wife loves. Ever since Anna was a toddler, her mom spent so much time braiding her hair, doing different styles, curling it, etc. Our bathroom cabinets are filled to the brim with all kind of hair products and accessories. So yeah, you could say my wife is a bit obsessed with my daughter's hair. Anna, however, hates getting her hair done. Before she got it cut, it used to reach past her waist. But lately, she's been begging me for a shorter haircut. Every time she brings it up, my wife ignores her, hoping that she'll forget about it. When Anna realized that she was getting nowhere with her mom, she started asking me to get it cut instead. Of course, I was reluctant at first because I know how my wife is about my daughter's hair, but when I saw how excited she got about getting something as simple as a haircut, I agreed. So yesterday, I took her to the hair salon and told her to pick out her favorite haircut. Anna picked a pixie haircut, and at this point I knew there was no turning back because I couldn't tell her no. So we went ahead and got the haircut. I knew my wife was gonna be pissed, but my daughter could not stop smiling, so I knew that I did the right thing. She went around showing off her haircut to everybody, and she even wanted me to take pictures, which she normally hates when I take pictures. We did get a few rude comments from some old ladies who said that you can't even tell if she's a boy or a girl now. Obviously that really pissed me off, but Anna didn't seem to care. When my wife got home from work though, things quickly took a turn for the worse. She refused to even look at Anna, and then she locked herself in the room and started to cry. And then this bitch got in her car and drove off. It's been a whole day now and she still hasn't come back. Dude, this mom is crazy. At this point, I'm honestly kind of worried. I knew she wouldn't react well to the haircut, but I didn't think she was gonna take it this bad. Now my daughter's upset too, and she thinks that she's in trouble for getting her haircut. I mean, I realize how attached my wife was to my daughter's hair, but I still don't think I'm the a-hole. My daughter can make decisions for herself. If anybody's the a-hole, it's my wife. Oh my gosh, honestly, this is one of those situations for me that everyone kinda sucks. Obviously, the mom sucks for her obsession with her daughter's hair and then the way she handled it. Like, yeah, I would be pissed, but I wouldn't be abandoning my daughter. But the dad is kind of an a-hole for doing it behind her back in the first place. And then I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key a little bit mad at Anna for picking a pixie cut. Like, come on, out of all the cuts, you picked the shortest one. She literally chose the cut that she knew would break her mom's heart the most. So you guys gotta let me know what you think about this entire situation, and I will see you in the next video. As usual, stay kind, stay amazing, peace. Am I the a-hole for going off on my fiance for returning my wedding dress? Me, female 29, and my fiance, 33 male, are getting married soon. So wedding planning so far has been alright, except for a few things. He and I got in an argument about the venue and the flower girl. And most recently, we've been arguing about my wedding dress. I know this might sound a little bit cliche, but ever since I was really young, I always dreamed of having my very own beautiful wedding dress. I can afford it, but my fiance thinks that it's ridiculous to spend $2,000 on a dress that you're only gonna wear once. And yeah, he may have a point there, but for one, this is the typical price of most wedding dresses. And for two, a wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Why not make it special? Anyways, my fiance wasn't convinced, and then he suggested that I rent a dress instead of buying one. Then he said, "You're so irresponsible with money. I mean, look at how much you already put aside to rent a face and get fake hair." Which by that, he means hair and makeup. I felt like he was judging me for wanting to look good on my wedding day. But I have this vision of what I want to look like. And honestly, I think that that's my right as the bride. I went ahead and purchased the dress anyways, but a day later, I found out that it was missing from my closet. I started freaking out and my fiance told me that he returned it and got the money back. I was shocked and asked him why. He said that he thought the dress was ridiculously expensive and that I was wasting money, and again suggested that I rent one. I blew up and went off on him, which I've never done before. He literally took a few steps back and told me to calm down. I said he had no right and I'm the one who's paying for the dress anyways. He got upset and had the nerve to say, "There's no I'm paying for it myself in marriage, and that my attitude is setting a tone for the type of dynamic that we'll have in our marriage." Then he started going on about how I must expect him to pay for everything while I get to keep my money and spend it irresponsibly. But I never tell him how to spend his money. I responded that he gets zero say in how I spend my money whatsoever. He told me that I need to grow the F up and stop with this dream wedding dress cliche. Then he stormed off to call his mom, who chewed me out saying that she will not let me ruin her son's financial stability with how I deal with money in general. She told me that I need to either rent a dress or buy a cheaper one. But I said no. Now I'm not so sure if I should be marrying into this family. And yes, he still has the money and said that he'll give it back to me once we agree on a solution. How could OP possibly be the a-hole? This is a situation where she needs to jump ship ASAP and get out of that toxic ass relationship. He is a 10 out of 10 a-hole. Am I the a-hole for not showing up to my own wedding? So I, 28 female, was eagerly anticipating marrying my partner, Daniel, 30 male. We had been together for 5 years and I thought I knew him inside and out. But 2 days ago, I found out that Daniel had been cheating on me for the past 6 months with none other than my best friend and maid of honor, Sarah, female 27. The way I found out was when I was on our shared laptop and I saw that Daniel's Facebook Messenger was still open. Curiosity got the better of me and I couldn't resist peeking. Devastatingly, I uncovered a series of messages and incriminating pictures exchanged between Daniel and Sarah. I felt a mix of anger, betrayal, and utter devastation. The person that I loved and the person that I trusted the most had conspired to deceive me, all while I was busy finalizing wedding preparations. It was really heartbreaking to say the least. In that moment, I knew I couldn't go through with the wedding. I couldn't stand at the altar pretending that everything was fine when my world was falling apart. So I made the decision to exact some pro-revenge. On the day of the wedding, instead of showing up, I took to social media instead. I shared the entire sordid affair, including screenshots of the messages and pictures exchanged between Daniel and Sarah. I wanted everyone to see the truth, to witness the depths of their deception. Needless to say, the fallout was explosive. Family, friends, and even acquaintances were shocked by the evidence that I presented. They couldn't believe the audacity of Daniel and Sarah, and their betrayal became undeniable. I could tell the realization really affected my family because they had all been deceived as well. My mom was heartbroken because she had grown to love Daniel as her own son. Some accused me of airing my dirty laundry out in public and seeking revenge instead of just taking the higher road. But I knew that exposing the truth was the only way to protect others from being hurt in the future. I couldn't let them get away with their deceitful ways with no consequences. So yeah, my actions caused plenty of turmoil, but sometimes when you're pushed to the edge, you have to fight back, and this was my way of fighting back against the lies and the pain that they caused me. At the end of the day, I know that I made the right choice. I spared myself a lifetime of heartache and built a foundation for a better future. So am I the a-hole for not showing up to my own wedding and seeking pro-revenge? Well, damn. This story would actually make an amazing movie. I would just love to see it. The drama is like off the charts. So this one is actually really hard because I can't blame her. I can never blame OP for what she did because they were deceitful pieces of crap and they deserved nothing but the worst after what they did. But that being said, to post everything on social media, that's just not the way that I handle my personal problems. I don't want everybody to know my business, but that's just me personally. So although I understand why she blasted them on social media, I do think that it was almost a little bit too much because it kind of put all of her business all over the internet. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you think that this pro-revenge was justified or out of line? Also, loves, I need you to let me know what you think about my latest mushroom. So in a previous video, I made the base for this mushroom jar, but it was for a different lid and I completely messed everything up. So I remade a new lid for this jar and I thought I would use the same purple and pink glitter to kind of tie it all together. Now, as for the outlines, this part was really hard for me because I just couldn't figure out the perfect color. I went with silver and I think this looks super classy, super elegant, but now I'm wondering if I should have used a different color for the outlines. So let me know in the comments, do you guys like it with the silver outlines or should I try something different? And to show me that you're a true supporter and that you made it to the end of the video, drop some purple and pink emojis in the comments. All right, besties. As usual, thank you so much for being here. I love your faces. I am forever grateful for you guys. Stay kind, stay amazing, and keep on resonating. Deuces! Am I the a-hole for lying to my family and friends about who's the infertile one between me and my wife? Dude, oh my gosh. Let me read this story and let's see how much of an a-hole this guy is. My wife, 32 female, and I, 32 male, have been married for 7 years and have been trying for a baby for 3 years. It's taken a toll on our marriage, and I admit that many times I've complained to family, friends, and coworkers about my wife's infertility. Well, what I thought was my wife's infertility. Maybe it's because we live in Utah, but whenever the idea of us being infertile came up, people just swarmed in giving my wife recommendations to fertility specialists. The talk was always, oh, my wife saw Dr. Whatever and we ended up having twins. Or, maybe your wife is just too stressed out. And I believed it because my wife contracted TB when she was 20 and volunteering in a different country. When she got back home and saw her primary care doctor, they just casually told her that TB could affect the genital area and prevent her body from housing a baby. But then we finally find a doctor who straight up told us that there's nothing wrong with her fallopian tubes or her endometrium. She suggested that I get tested to see if I'm the problem. The verdict comes back that I'm the one with a very low sperm count. I was so shocked and went to get another opinion, which told me the same thing. I felt so shaken. And because a lot of people knew about our struggles, they also knew that we went to a doctor again. And that's what you get for telling people your business, dude. At a family and friends gathering, people started asking me about what we found out. And I just panicked and said that my wife's TB was likely the cause, but not 100% necessarily. People saw that as my wife being the problem, and somebody even suggested that I go through with divorcing her since I was 32 and complaining about being childless. They said I could be a dad within a year since it was such a short marriage. Wow, what a-hole friends and family this guy has. What I didn't realize was that my mom and aunt would jump on that suggestion and start telling friends and their kids that I was getting a divorce, and that it was my wife's fault because she couldn't have any kids because she was so reckless when she was young. What was worse was that some people thought it wasn't even TB but a bacterial genital disease. This all got back to my wife through a friend, and she was furious. She said that she couldn't believe that I was lying to everybody and saying that she was the problem, and that she was getting tired of the pitying and disapproving looks that she was getting in our small town, and that I needed to set the record straight or at least tell everybody to shut up and that we're not divorcing. So am I the a-hole? I panicked and felt like I didn't completely lie because TB could be exacerbating our problem. But my mom really screwed things up by making it malicious. Now I'm in over my head and feel completely bad. This guy is not only the biggest a-hole, but he's also extremely childish. For one, this is the perfect example as to why you don't tell all of your friends and family your business. For two, you don't get to just blame somebody else for your issues. And I cannot stand his friends and family for even suggesting that he gets a divorce. They completely overstepped. So as far as I'm concerned, him, his friends, and his family get a 10 out of 10 a-hole rating. And his mom gets a special rating of 12 out of 10 because calling her an a-hole would be an understatement. So let me know in the comments what you guys think and what a-hole rating you would give them, because maybe I'm being too harsh, but this story just pissed me off. Also, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching, guys. These are some of my newest zodiac jars. I had a Cancer and Libra jar, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments which of these two jars were your favorite. Also, drop what sign you want to see me do next because I have more videos coming up very soon. So make sure that you stay tuned. Also, if you're interested in any of the products that I used in this video, make sure that you click the link in the bio. Alright guys, I will see you in my next video. As usual, stay kind, stay amazing, keep on resonating. Peace. Am I the a-hole for demolishing my daughter's room when she moved out? My 18-year-old daughter Meg is in college. She moved in with her boyfriend a few months ago, which left her old bedroom empty. Her room used to be right next to our tiny living room. To make our tiny living room into a normal size living room, we decided to knock out my daughter's room walls. Then we refloored the space and fixed the walls. Now it looks like the bedroom was never there and we have a spacious living room. When my daughter came home to visit and saw that her room was gone, she made a huge deal about it. She started to get all emotional and said that if we never wanted to let her move back, we should have just said so instead of completely demolishing her room. I told her that if anything happens and she needs to move back, we'll welcome her and she can sleep on the couch for as long as she wants. She accused us of wanting to get rid of her forever, and then she said that we obviously didn't want her to visit because we got rid of her room so fast. I mean, it was only a few months after she moved out and she thinks that we should have waited longer. So am I the a-hole for not waiting longer for the renovation? Yeah, that's actually pretty messed up. Because yeah, I get it, your daughter moved out. You guys were probably so excited to make that new living room. But with no warning, like no concern for the daughter at all, and only months after she moved out. I mean, she's only 18. A lot of 18-year-olds will come move back with their parents for a little while. And I'm not saying that the parents were necessarily obligated to let their daughter move back in with them. But honestly, that's kind of what makes you an a-hole as a parent. I mean, if your child turns 18 and then you're like, deuces, and then you just get rid of their room completely, that's a little bit harsh to me. I don't know. And I mean, they could have at least gave her a warning instead of her coming back to the house and being surprised that her room was gone. Big a-hole move, in my opinion. So, I mean, I can't go all the way to 10, but I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10 a-hole rating, and that's mainly because they didn't even tell her. I mean, what kid wouldn't be kind of hurt about their parents completely getting rid of their room like as soon as they move out? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what a-hole rating you would give these parents. Also, I just wanted to show you guys one of my most recent extra resin projects. Okay, so for this one, the colors are a little bit random, but I had some really pretty blue resin and teal resin from one of my jars. And then I had orange and yellow from another one of my jars. So I thought that these colors would look super like retro. I don't know, it just kind of gives me like 70s vibes. So I'm really digging it. I never worked with this color combo before, but I'm kind of thinking I might need to do it again. So you guys let me know what you think about the final results. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay kind, stay amazing. Deuces.